guys, if you are new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you and welcome back. Today I will be doing the $10 challenge at Dollar Tree, where I will be making 3 meals for $10. For my groceries at the Dollar Tree, I got 1 smoked sausage, 1 packet of a buttermilk biscuit mix, a packet of mashed potatoes, a packet of stir-fry blend vegetables, 16 ounces of a pinto bean, a jar of spaghetti sauce, a thing of oat milk, and some all-purpose flour. I will also be using some basic staples that most people have. This is my house seasoning, which is just a mixture of black pepper, seasoned salt, garlic powder, and onion powder, some oil, and because my Dollar Tree did not have self-rising flour, for the all-purpose flour, I need to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt to every cup of flour that I'm using, and that will make it self-rising. My first meal of the $10 Dollar Tree challenge is smoked sausage with stir-fry vegetable, pinto beans, and 2-ingredient bread. For my first recipe, I am going to start cooking my beans. I have rinsed and cleaned the whole pack of beans. I'm going to put that into my Instapot along with 4 cups of water. And I'm just going to use a couple tablespoons of my house seasoning. But if you have bacon or onion or garlic, go ahead and use that. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use my house seasoning. I'm going to put the lid on my Instapot, put it onto pressure. I'm going to put it on soup and broth for 45 minutes. How I make my 2-ingredient bread. Since all my Dollar Tree had was all-purpose flour, I am going to put 2 cups of flour in my bowl. And for 2 cups of flour, I will need 3 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you want to whisk all these dry ingredients together well. For this bread recipe, you need 1 1/4 cups of milk. To mix this well. I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. This is how your batter should look. I have already sprayed my bread pan with some cooking oil. You just want to put your dough into your bread pan. If you do not have a bread pan, you can use whatever baking dish you have. Now that my oven is preheated to 350, I will put this in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. I'm going to take my smoked sausages and cut them into circles. A big skillet and turn it on to medium heat and put about 2 tablespoons of oil in the pan. My skillet is hot. I want to put my smoked sausages in my skillet. And I'm going to cook this until they have slightly golden brown. When your smoked sausages have browned slightly, add your stir-fry blend into the skillet. You want to stir it well. And put a lid on and steam it for about 5 minutes. Occasionally, you want to stir the smoked sausage and the stir-fry vegetables. If you have soy sauce, you can put it in here and it would give you some more taste to this dish. Second budget meal is spaghetti made with homemade noodles. and some seasoned bread. To start my homemade noodles, I will need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I will whisk this together. You want to put about a tablespoon of oil into the flour and salt mixture and stir it up. I have 1 1/4 cups of warm water. You don't know how much water you need. It depends on how dry your area or how moist your area is. So to make the noodles, you pour in about 1/4 cup at a time and mix that into your flour. And when you get a consistency of a biscuit dough or bread dough, you can stop with the water. Ended up using a 1/2 cup of warm water, and it is a little sticky. You just have to keep moving the dough in the bowl, and that stickiness will disappear slowly. When your dough is still a little sticky, but it also makes an easy ball, you want to put a little bit of your flour on your countertop. Turn your dough out onto your flour, and you need to knead this for about 10 minutes. You know your dough is done when you put your finger in and it bounces back. Once you get your dough to that consistency, put it in your bowl and cover it and let it set for 20 minutes. Now that my dough has been resting for 20 minutes, I want to put a little flour on my countertop and put my dough in the middle, and I want to roll this out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. At this point, you want to sprinkle a little bit of your flour on top of your dough. Then you want to take the corner and roll the dough into a log. I have my dough rolled, and I want to cut the noodles and try to be uniform with them. Now that I have all my noodles cut, I need to bring a large pot of water to a boil. My noodles are cut and straightened out. You want to take a large pot, turn it on medium heat, and put some salt in it. While I have my water on to start boiling, I am going to take a skillet and put it on medium heat. And I'm going to put my spaghetti sauce into the skillet and warm it up. When you're on a budget, look for sauces that have flavorings in it like garlic or rosemary, and it will make your dish taste better. Pot of water is boiling now. I will add all of my noodles into the pot. You want to kind of keep them separated so they all don't cook together. These will need to cook for about 5 minutes. When they start floating, they're done. My noodles are floating, so that means that they are done. I am going to take them out of the water and put them directly into the spaghetti sauce. Let them drain a little bit, then just put them right into the sauce. Give this a little stir and let these cook in the sauce for about 2 minutes, just so the sauce will adhere to the noodles. To make this meal just a little bit more hearty, this is the bread from last night's dinner. I'll put a little oil on it and put some of my house seasonings, and I will bake it for a side for our spaghetti. For my third budget meal, I am going to prepare biscuits and gravy. First thing you need to do for your biscuit and gravy is to preheat your oven to 425. The biscuits, all you need is the dough mix that's in the pack and a half a cup of water. You want to mix this well. This dough should make about 6 biscuits. Once you have your dough mixed, you just drop it onto your pan with a spoon. You want to try and make them uniform. You have all your dough onto your baking sheet, you want to put it in to your oven for about 10 minutes. If it's non-stick, it's at 425. If it's just regular baking sheet, then it will be at 450. All my biscuits are baking. I am going to take a large skillet, turn it on to medium heat, and put about 2 tablespoons of oil in the skillet. My oil is warm, so I am going to sprinkle some of my flour into my skillet, and I'm going to make a roux. You want to mix the flour with the oil and slightly cook it. At this point, you want to put some salt and pepper into your gravy. You want to cook this for a few minutes so you can get that raw flour taste out. Once you have cooked this for a couple of minutes, you want to start adding some of your milk into your skillet and mix it up. You need to constantly stir.